Hello again, everybody. It's about time I completed the quest line of the College of Winterhold. The ripe old level of 16. Mages level slowly. There's no creatures in this direction. Let me quick detect life instead. Oh, let me hotkey it, I mean. Where is it? There we go. Now that I'm outside. I want to raise my alteration up to level 50 fairly soon so I get the second level of, resist magic. I once fought a dragon by this gate for about 2 hours or so just to prove that I could defeat one without having to use any kind of passerby to chip it down. Very powerful dragon, and I was a legendary character like this, although a warrior. I did it, but not something I really want to do twice. It was not terribly interesting to be just mechanically dodging every single fireball like that and chipping him down so slowly. Looks like mostly harmless animals around here. That's a wolf, though. Alright. Is there only one wolf? Looks like it. Oh, it's a skeever. Huh. Can't tell the difference between a wolf and a skeever. Well, Hjalti is very, very tired and very hungry, too. But he just wants to get back to civilization where it's safe. There's no possible additional Thalmor around before he eats anything. Wolves over that way. Back into the lowlands from that pass. A few interesting odds and ends around here. We're not too far from Sleeping Tree Camp, an important giant camp, but that's not it. The one nearby. Look how fast I get my magic back with Morokai. This one nearby, I think it's Shriekwind Bastion, something like that. Beehive over there. Those are very rare. You can harvest some alchemy ingredients from them. Not actually useful. Sadly, no bees attack you. That little spot over there at the Nord Ruin is actually a bandit camp called Silent Moon's Camp. Fairly unique and a little bit interesting. Because it has this forge at the top from which you get these unique items. With the Silent Moon's enchantment, it's called. Basically, they're powerful either fire or absorb health enchantments that only work at night. So, not really useful, but unique at least, and that's worth something. The game is full of all kinds of fun things to explore and find like that. There's Whiterun looking like Edoras as always. While I'm walking over there, I do have quite a few more mechanics topics to go through for this game when I'm taking long walks like this. But I'm also curious what kinds of questions you guys have that perhaps I can answer about the game mechanics, game lore, things like that. So if you send me some questions and I have time in future videos, I'll try to answer this. I'm close enough at this point that I'm going to change back into my dapper civilian clothes and out of this creepy mask that I've been wearing. Don't want to go in town with that. Hjalti, after all, does want to be making a good impression and coming across as a powerful wizard, but also a respectable man. Sure, he's actually up to no good, but why should anybody know that? Now, I am, of course, approaching the city at night, which means there's a chance of vampire attacks, in or around it. So I never forget that possibility. Don't just go like hurrying into a nearby building after entering the town, because vampire attacks can continue while you're inside, and they'll kill villagers while you aren't defending them. And then you can be at a disadvantage for the entire rest of the game because you have a shopkeeper dead. So don't let that happen. These guards outside will do nothing to help. The outside of the city is a totally separate zone than the inside, but the inside of shops are not separate from the inside city zone. Information for the Companions Warrior questline.
Some Sigic monks have been seen in Skyrim.
Look if anybody's around. Not like a stupid notion to think the Sigic were dead because they had disappeared for like a century or two and had powerful enemies, but they have of course disappeared and reappeared before. So. Well, the inn has rarely been so welcome a sight.
Well met, traveler.
Warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
I'll take a warm bed, please.
Sure thing. It's yours for
I think I was here too recently for anything to have reset. Delphine is here for absolutely no reason. She's supposed to be in Riverwood. She'll even point that out to you, but she'll actually just hang out here indefinitely until you go to Riverwood, then she's just mysteriously already there. It'd be okay if she was having like fun interactions with a guest here that would add some character, some purpose to it, but no, it's just like a weird decision on the part of the designers. There's a weird innkeeper thing, like walking on the bed.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Kelty is very hungry, but mostly he's tired right now. So, we'll scarf down a sweet roll. She can clean the sticky sweet roll sauce off the sheets in the morning. Get some much needed sleep. He's in a hurry to Winterhold, but it doesn't think there's any kind of actual crisis going on there. If there truly was like a catastrophe in motion where the Thalmor plans are really close to coming together, they wouldn't have bothered sending some guy out to Labyrinthian to maybe intercept them. They would think they already had things in the bag. Then why aren't you there? Well, time for a hefty breakfast. Let's see. Well, first of all, I think that some honeybrew meat is called for to celebrate. I don't really have much meat. I can fix that later on. I'll probably save shopping to be the last item on my agenda.
Oh, I tell the people.
She tells the feature late in the Dark Brotherhood questline, points you to some optional treasure that's moderately useful.
Maybe.
Where's a beggar? Now that reminds me, I should put on my shopping amulet. That line always confuses me, because trepanning, as far as I'm aware, isn't any kind of divination. It's just this ancient medical notion of cutting a hole in people's heads to solve various kinds of problems. Not really divining at all. I could now adopt her once I have a house, which I could go acquire, but Kjeld doesn't think he'd really be a good father. He couldn't even really be, like, an evil but dutiful father. He's just too busy with all his various schemes and quests taking him all across Tamriel right now. He thinks the kids deserve better. I do like the aesthetic of this town and this hall. Very fun stuff for me. There we are. A lot of people around the tables. Where's Farengar? There he is. Just kind of gonna work my way down through the town.
Seems this damn. So you wish to master the arcane arts?
Got anything useful? Not really. It's as expected. Well, I can sell most of these things to the College of Winterhold people, but I may as well lighten my load right now. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Remember, your mind is the best weapon you have.
I've been carrying way too much stuff. I could go visit Yorlin Greymane next, but I'm not going to bother with that because his inventory is scripted to always be worthless garbage, despite him being the best smith in all of Skyrim. Until, of course, you get high ranking in the companions, at which point his inventory is worthless garbage plus unique worthless garbage. You can get some like specialty gear for companions people, but it's not actually any good at all. Just another way in which the companions quest line is truly worthless and a failure in every possible way. Renewed that Talus Blessing at last. Looking for Amryn now to turn into quests, which I don't actually want to do out of character, but in character I should. Could be somewhere around. Ah, there he is. So in character, I should give this guy back his family sword because it's the right thing to do.
Sometimes I
for
miss the
this
soldier's life, but when I hold
down
my
in his
daughter-
luck fellow.
You found it. I've been looking for that blade for months. You took on all those bandits yourself.
He's gonna give me training for two skills that I don't want to use at all, so it's bad experience that'll push me toward a level without making me any stronger.
Let me teach it to you in honor of his memory.
Yeah, one step closer to being as useless against bandits as you.
Right then.
Alright.
I don't claim to be the best. Take a look.
Hopefully something good here. I would buy one for Magicka, perhaps. Archery, no, useless. Okay. I can get some experience for alteration off of these at least. I can't make a profit with buying and selling silver that turn into gold, but I can at least get some experience off of it. Lightening my load. I'll be keeping that, of course. The sign that I passed the Archmage trials.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
She's right. Usually. There's sometimes bugs, but typically the guy inside the shop has a separate inventory. So another chance to get some good gear at long last. I've had terrible luck with that this game.
Helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
And my terrible luck continues. Nobody's ever had any kind of useful, elemental resistance boots or anything like that. It's supposed to be pretty common. Do I have anything else that I can sell? Well, you can have that, and that. I'm keeping Morokai, of course. Been carrying those for a while. Not too bad. Inventory still feels pretty high, but I've made some progress at least. And then I'll stop by the Alchemist and Bellathor, and then I'll be on my way. Good chance to get experience when there's a big crowd like that.
Well met, traveler.
He's lollygagging. I guess the guards don't have a problem when he does it.
About everybody in here. You look. So you're an alchemist?
So... Really? Nothing even usable here. Okay. Whatever. I didn't actually use that against Morokai. I figured I would, but didn't need it. I'll save them, because I might need them later. Drugs I could sell. Probably will keep them instead for now. I think I have enough of these I can, offload some and reduce my carry weight a little bit at least.
Come back anytime if you need a remedy.
Then over to Bellathor's.
You hear the news? But that mages blew up Winterhold. Guess it was time.
Not too inaccurate, because it is entirely our fault that Ancana was there, because he was clearly up to no good, but we let him in anyway.
Everything. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of
Another chance. Anything good here? Well, restoration, not destruction. Now we're talking. Alright, I am very happy to have that. Maybe not as useful as a Ring of Destruction would be, but it's a generally useful ring that I can equip when I'm not fighting mages. So, good stuff there. Take that off your hands too. What can I sell you? Well, the mages will buy these things. Let's just sell things that are harder to sell to mages. So, let's see. Those. Maybe that. Garments aren't really heavy, so not so useful to get rid of those. I don't have any other apparel, do I? That's kind of in that category. Mages will buy most of these things. Yeah, I'll focus on the miscellaneous, I guess. Again, they're not heavy, but... These things are useless. There's a lot of speculation about what they're intended for, but there really truly is no ultimate secret. It was something that was kind of dummied out of the game, not actually fully developed. I won't sell that. Don't want wording around that I was, paid by the Aretino lad to go kill somebody. Wouldn't be good for my reputation that I'm trying to start building here. Whatever, I'm not going to bother collecting them. They are useless after all. Oh, did I forget to sell these? Doesn't really matter. They're pretty close to weightless anyway.
you come back.
Well, I'm so happy to have that ring. Especially because you can see when I'm walking around like this, my magic comes back very slowly. Rings of recharging are fairly high level rings of getting magic back. I've been stuck with this ring of resist magic for a while, which is good to have when fighting mages, but has no application beyond that. So I'm happy to have a more general purpose ring. Less necessary now that I have Morokai, but still much appreciated.
Take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone
Let me buy some food now.
If it's work you need, drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
A lot of Altar 1. I didn't even sell you any recently. Bread, short on meat. Never any Eider cheese wheels, of course. That would be too easy. Certainly got to have some sweets. Mocking me. Any ale or Nord mead? Some Nord mead, okay. That'll do for
Need
now.
anything else? Just let me know.
I think I'll briefly stop by the cooking pots.
Terrible. Shameful.
I can offload some weight by getting rid of some of these Eider cheese wheels that I'm carrying by making Ellsworth fondue. A little bit lighter. My supply I've been getting, if not low, at least, lower. And I'll go into my room and change back into my traveling clothes. More practical fine boots. Apprentice robes of destruction again. circle it too. I'll change it to Morokai once I'm away from people. It's kind of a suspicious thing to be carrying. Don't want people knowing that I'm a wizard, of course. I'm not trying to keep that secret as I run around casting spells. I just want to also be regarded as a respectable fellow. A wizard or something. He doesn't know the half of it. Alright. So, my goal is to get to Winterhold this time, which is a long trip. I will fast travel the part of it from Windhelm onward, which of course I've done many times, as I've shown before. But it will get to Windhelm because I haven't actually taken that route on foot many times before. And I'm never going to fast travel places that I haven't actually taken that route several times before. Gotta prove that I can do it. I'll also equip my alteration transmute spell here and work on some of that silver, iron. It'll always work on the silver first. There we go. That cart can of course take you to any of the major hold capitals. But I'm not doing that because that's kind of like fast traveling. Farms have good people to get detect life experience from, with all the chickens and whatnot around. All the prosperous little farms around Whiterun. They really should have more, of course. This space is a little bit too compressed in this game at times. And there should just kind of be more outlying farms in the wild places, too. Like, you couldn't support as many cities as there are in here without more farms. I understand the need for compressing space at times, but a little too much was done. I'm out here in the wilderness now. Well, near the meadery for the Thieves Guild, but other than that in the wilderness. This road typically has several random encounters along, which reminds me, I think that my conjuration skill, if I recall, is only 39. Yes, I better get to 40 before I get to the College of Winterhold, because then all of my magic skills will be 40 or higher, which will mean I can unlock the adept level spells in every category at once, which will be far more efficient. A wolf. Typical. Nice. And it somehow immediately knows where I am and starts going for me, and doesn't have any instincts to run away from fire or anything like that. I guess in like a fantasy setting like this, wolves might have instincts to notice things like that. So, there's something I never do here, and raise zombie. I've mentioned before that creating undead is pretty worthless most of the time. They're less effective than Atronachs, they're situational, you need to find a useful corpse first, and they grant you like 12 times more experience. Right now I just want the experience, so that's actually a feature rather than the downside. Ah, there's a person fighting as Atronach. So when I run over there into the fight, the wolf will count as, doing something useful and I'll get the experience for it. There we go, it happened now. Doesn't matter who I, help out there, they'll both be hostile to me. Ah, must be a dark elf witch, so I'll switch to frost for both of them. In fact, maybe I'll just switch to frostbite for both of them. You're not dead? There we go. Now I can put on my mask. The wolf has of course accomplished nothing of value and is probably dropped dead of time out. I want to get close and get its absorption from that flame aura it has. Then switch to ice spike so I can stun it. I get more magic and take less damage from its flame cloak than from its fireballs. It's going to blow up on me, but I'm not too concerned. It really doesn't do much damage even on Legendary, as you can see. So, now that I've hit Conjuration 40, I never need to use Necromancy again, at least until I'm getting close to Conjuration 65. Because I don't want to level that skill faster than the others, just want it to be, caught up with them. That standing stone up ahead there... Oh, by the way, the Silent Moons enchantment does not work when the moons are up, but it's not night. Anyway. Guarded by Necromancer, it's the Ritual Stone. Grants you a powerful but useless once per day power. So, terrible, crippling to your character compared to the Atronach or the Lord Stone. I mean, it sounds cool. What it does basically lets you raise all the corpses in your vicinity at once. It's like the only way in the game to have like masses of summons at the same time. Which, again, cool stuff, but not useful. Because if there's a bunch of corpses around you, what it means is that you've already won the fight. There's like no case in the game which is the pile of corpses and there's still like an ongoing major battle. They're all kind of crowded together, so Fireball is pretty effective there. Still not really cost effective because we don't have the perk in it yet, but it's fun to use. Off I go then. So, you know, fun, but absolutely worthless Standing Stone. Really a lot of animal encounters so far. Here's another. Out of the way, elk. There we are. 46. I'm not too far from being able to level up and get that half-cost perk for destruction. I may well get that, actually. Maybe not immediately, but, like... There's not that many more things I need to spend perks on for a while here. This is Valtheim Towers, a neat little outdoor dungeon. And I love that this game has outdoor dungeons, by the way. Oblivion didn't really have those. It's a major, major thing to be lacking. Bandit little fortress, and it's a fun, cool, unique kind of looking location. The bandits will try to rob you along the way here, and, you know, demand like a toll for passing. I think that, you know, this is actually a pretty cool, realistic thing to have in the setting, because this is like on a major road where bandits would want to be, but it's kind of a part of a war zone between, you know, the Stormcloaks and the Imperial. So it makes sense that neither of them are really clear the road. Unlike on the road between Whiterun and Solitude, where I mentioned before there really should not be bandits. Pretty easy to pass Intimidate check, which is, you know, probably one of the first things the player will have a chance to do.
Shove off before the others notice. Should have left when you had the
No,
chance,
she's
friend.
bugging and gonna attack me anyway.
You're gonna have to spill
Happens from
your
time to time.
on the road.
Whatever. She's a bandit thug, so she's pretty tough, but if I get back to some cover here, I should be good. Don't want to be fighting where they're all firing upon me. So, how can I fix that? Well, I can make this guy maybe fight his buddies if he doesn't dodge. Alright, he's furied. Can I fury you too? It's a fun, you know, fight to be like an archer character picking off all of these guys. She's probably going to kill the Natra, because, yeah, Thug is too strong. Whoa there! I'm going to spend my level up. 2 arrows at the same time. And while I'm doing that, I may as well actually take this restoration perk that I've been talking up all game long. Respite. Incredible perk. Your healing spells just restore as much stamina as they do health. Like, observe. I'm sprinting. Stamina back so fast. So, useful for getting away from people, useful for just getting around fast. It's an incredible utility perk. One of the few ways to, you know, functionally boost your speed in the entire game. And for a vampire, absolutely irreplaceable. Because you have... Really, you're refusing to fight the Atronach, huh? You have no other way to get your stamina back when it's sunny, which is most of the time. Like, 2/3 of the hours in the day count as daytime hours in which you get no stamina back as a vampire. Yep, that was dumb of me. There we go. Not my best-handed fight, but I got to show off some important stuff there. So I can do lots more sprinting now than I could before. Firebolts can of course go on forever, but the Atronach still can't grasp that concept. I want to get out of fight mode here so I can get my magic back a little bit faster, and also, you know, go after them with Frenzy again, so maybe I'll back up just a little bit. I've got... yeah, good. So my magic will be coming back very fast as soon as this is over. There we are. That is a nice bar refill speed. Well, if that guy is stationary, then I can get him with Fury like that. If he moves in the meantime, there's not much I can do. He moved in the meantime, so now they're all on alert. It happens. Yep. Alright. That guy over there is not alerted. They just keep changing direction just as I'm about to get them. That is... no. Alright. There's no way I can get them until they stand still, because they keep changing direction too fast. Hey you, I'm over here. Alright. That got him. And you... Alright, they should be fighting each other. They should also aggro all their allies. Now, I could, of course, knock this guy off the bridge with Foos or with stuns, but it's not really worth doing so because they'll fall into the river and probably not actually die. Oh, he's a strong one, alright. It's incompetent on my part. Bandit Outlaw. So what I want to do instead is just keep them all kind of under fury, but start fighting each other on that... Oh, well, there he goes. So he's probably going to live because he's probably going to fall into water, which does basically no damage, though. Just got to keep him... Oh, there's another one. Keep him under fury. Maybe one actually died dropping like that. It happens. That guy's just stuck on a rock over there. This guy shooting arrows at me is going to be a nuisance. Alright. What kind of bandit are you? Regular bandit? Regular bandit who, like, trashed all his comrades up there somehow or other. My head is off to you. Well. Let's see. It's firing at my Atronach now, so I'm safe. There's always another archer over there. Again, it's a fun battle for archers where you just kind of see whose archery is the best. Dead or just lying in the river? Lying in the river, okay. You also lose treasure when they fall into the river because you can't figure out where they are. Where's the chief? That might have been the chief. Might have just fallen into the river and died. That'd be a rarity. A few unique odds and ends. I think there's always a few guaranteed potions. This trap is very clumsily guarded with that mace. Again, fun, nice little outdoor dungeon. I like it. Alright. Now where is that? Still up on the top, huh? Okay, so I'll heal up and I'll take out the other one. And I've cleared the road of some bandits. Imperial bows are actually solid early game bows. Stand still for a moment. Nope. Guess I gotta get over there where it's a little closer. Dodge back and forth a bit. Well, I did take all your comrades, so yes. Gonna go with yes on that one. There's also a guaranteed enchanted bow in this location, besides all the other loot that you get. There's something hilarious you don't know. Well, I, Ysmir, say you will pay for that. Oh, it's raining. Yeah, so up hereabouts on the next floor, I think, the top of the tower, there's a guaranteed enchanted bow. It's always a different kind of bow, but just guaranteed to be enchanted. I'll take it and sell it, I guess. Also an archery skill book. So again, fun archery dungeon. And it rains indoors here, which makes this an impractical bed. It rains indoors here too, but I'm going to pretend that it's not because that makes no sense. So Hjalti will maybe stop for a bit here and have something to eat out of the rain. Because he should realistically be out of the rain. Running low on sweet rolls, I better budget those. Alright. Off I go then. Really a lot of potions. So, you'll see me do a lot more willy-nilly sprinting around from now on, because I can just get my stamina back, so I'm never in any danger of running out when a crisis threatens. Quite fast, too. Just stamina restored. Sprint on. Mages get around so fast like that. But you do always need to bear in mind that there's possible threats you should be detecting. So, don't get carried away. You also don't get restoration experience for doing that unless you actually have some injuries. It looks like it's like a fox or something harmless like that down there. There are some dangerous wild animals in this part of Skyrim, though. There's often a very large, very strong frostlet spider somewhere around here, and typically a bear or two. Also a giant camp up there, but giants are not really a threat. I don't see the frostlet spider, that looks like a bear in the water to me. So I'll bear south along the road here and avoid him. Cooling off or catching salmon, maybe. See, this is the route that I recommend avoiding taking to Iverstead, as I mentioned before. Stormcloak just out and about. Oh good, some alteration.
What are your thoughts on it? If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim,
Road signs, very helpful. Mountain goats. Okay. I was a little concerned for half a second there when I saw so many red shapes at the same time. So one route here will take you eventually to Iverstead, along, with Darkwater Crossing first, but the other one here will take you to Windhelm, which is where I want to go. There, of course, is that fort over there where I cleared out the Synod scum. Probably still clear. This road is moderately dangerous. Not too many random encounters, but there's at least one guaranteed bear or cave bear encounter at a certain spot. And that cave bear often wanders around away from its main central location. So bear that in mind. There's one random encounter. Looks like a harmless one up there. Better take off this mask. The Stormcloaks didn't apparently notice anything about it, but other people might. We're in semi-civilized lands here, since these are all Stormcloak holds. These guys.
Speak to my husband. Why are we even going to a wedding?
We met them like 10 times. Never get there. Very abrupt geographical switch from this side of the river to that one, but I'm willing to accept that this is like a, volcanically active region over there. There's probably some plate tectonics here, and different sides of tectonic plates can have pretty different geology. So I'm okay with that part. Although I don't know how that would fit into a world like this, which is not, Earth. Don't really know if they actually have tectonic plates and things like that, or how things like the volcano Red Mountain even works. Ooh yeah, it looks like a cave bear to me. But that goat just stood there and took it, huh?
cut!
Great. That looks like a cave full of frostbite feathers or something. That shack over there has a bear infestation, typically. So we'll avoid that one. Cave bears are incredibly dangerous. Effortlessly kill me in one hit, and they'll be so tough that I would need to expend numerous full mana bars to kill them. I could probably do it now that I have, stuns and whatnot available, but not at all worth the time and trouble. Getting pretty close. More of the Rift countryside over here. And East Marsh, of course. Mage Fort up there, Morven Scar. We have to go at one point for the A Night to Remember quest that I mentioned a couple times. Which I won't be doing because it gives you a summon staff and I'm not doing summon staves. There's the path up to that other Talos Shrine, but my blessing doesn't really need replenishing right now. So, just about reached Windhelm, at which point I'll fast travel to Winterhold, because we've seen this road from Windhelm to Winterhold many, many, many times before. We can get on with things. Alright. Off I go. Can't actually travel to the college because it's got this whole disaster going on there. But close enough here. The townspeople don't really have much to say about that, which they really should.
Go cause your fans someplace else.
But some kind of commotion over there, it looks like. Better go investigate that. And I'll equip the diadem of the Savant here to show everybody that I have passed Shalodor's trials, and I'll probably equip the Staff of Magnus too. They'll know you have it if you don't equip it, but you really ought to roleplay there. Show everybody that succeeded. They're fighting another one of those magic anomalies. With just one, it's not going to be too much of a nuisance. So, we'll actually fight it. Oops, I hit Tolfdir. You can sometimes fall off this bridge and get stuck in a spot that's really hard to kill without some console commands. Doesn't look like that's happening this time, so that's okay. You can see how sturdy they are, but they just really do no damage. They rarely even attack. You can see just kind of sitting on Tolfdir. Soul gems. Another one registering up ahead there, but whatever. So Encano's magic bubble thing has expanded. And... oh, for kill count purposes, by the way, I'm going to count these guys as beasts/monsters. Only I could have put Morokai, but I don't want them to know I've got it. Alright, enough of this nonsense. I'm going to turn it differently down so we can just finish this up and get on with the dull resolution to the quest line. There we are. Wow, you have an ice spike stuck through your head. That's very silly. They probably shouldn't have made that possible.
We've got to find a way to put a stop to this.
You survived. Let's hope it's as powerful as the Psijics believe it to be. Look for yourself.
I'm hoping for a technical explanation, but we get nothing. We never find a thing about what this is or what he's doing. He has no motive. He's got no goal he's working toward. He has no background. He has no anything. He's not even really a villain. He's just like the guy you have to kill. There's no reason for this. There's no reason she couldn't have made it out.
She stayed behind and made sure the rest of us were.
And it doesn't really advance anything either that she dies. It's not necessary like having Savos Aran die. Oh well, so they pull out the staff, and the staff solves all the problems in here and trivializes everything. This is why, again, I say that Labyrinthian is the highlight. Everything that happens here is boring and effortless. So I just kind of walk on up. Nobody else follows until I get to the Hall of the Elements, where Encano's just kind of been hanging out, doing nothing for all these days. So here comes, after some boring dialogue, a boring boss fight. It's trivial to win, it's difficult to win fast, because he makes himself invincible repeatedly. But we've already kind of seen an invincible boss who we have to just do something to absorb this eye from before. So, with Jurek, that is. Oh, Tolfdir's in the wrong spot. Oh, there we go. Blah, blah, blah. The power to unmake the world is moderately interesting. We'll talk more about that later. Not yet. Also, where's everybody else? So he paralyzes Tolfdir no matter where he's standing. It looks visually flashy and cool, but it does nothing. It just creates like a magic anomaly that's not even on his side, so he'll have to fight that thing. I just use this until the eye closes up a bit, then he's beatable again. Let me eat an Ellsworth fondue, just so I can speed things along a bit. Get closing. He hasn't casted Lightning Cloak, unfortunately. I wanted to do that because that gives me something I can absorb to keep my stuns going. He's just casting ordinary fireballs there. Any other mage can do the same. Let me just drink some potions to speed this along. And again, if I turn on Dragon Skin, you know, complete invincibility. If you turn on Lightning Cloak, I could absorb that. I think he has it equipped, but he also can make himself invincible again, so I don't want that. I just want to stun him. Get this. Oh, he did it anyway somehow? Alright, fine, whatever. He usually just has to cast a little spell on it that does that, but not this time, apparently. Whatever. Let's get this over with. So I absorbed that thing. I think he has his Lightning Cloak on now. Oh. Well, he's paralyzed. I'm going to assume that he can't see me. I'll put on Morokai. He's outside, away from the eye. That's a good chance to... Oh, good. Lightning Cloak. You get so many stuns. Sweet, infinite magic. Thank you for your cloak. Trying to replenish your invincibility? I think not. And he dies like a chump. Like every other chump. Oh, is he invincible again? Nope. I'll drink another potion then. Just like every other loser I've fought in this game. Let me take off this mask. Put on the diadem of the Savant again, to show that I am the person who has won the Archmage trials. We have to fight this last annoying little thing. So, like, could have been cool in some ways. You could have had some unique spells. The Eye of Magnus could have done unique things, thrown magic bolts around, caused more of these anomalies, all kinds of things. So just making him invincible, that's boring, first of all. Making him something that your new toy just trivially solves, that's boring. These magic anomalies are annoying to fight. We had the highlight already with the Morokai fight. Yep. I knew I could too. And now we don't even get to find out anything. We don't get any kind of plot resolution or anything cool.
I don't know. Ancano is gone, but whatever he's done to the eye doesn't seem to have stopped.
It looks pretty normal to me.
I have no idea what to do.
Which is too bad. If we had the other mages show up, we could make some kind of actual cool resolution to this instead of the Sidgers just showing up for no reason. And
What's going on?
you can't do a thing to them.
Here now? What in Talos' name?
They just sit there, do their boring Sigic thing. Are you even going to talk to me yet?
We knew you would succeed. Your victory here justifies our belief in you.
Oh, shut up.
You have proven yourself more than worthy to guide the eye has grown unstable. It cannot remain here, or else
What a
it may
lame
destroy
ending
your
to the
college
story.
and this world. It must be secured.
We don't even find out what it
The
is.
world is not. We shall safeguard it. For now. You now have the opportunity to maintain your college. You have our gratitude, Archmage.
And he has no right to be naming me Archmage. And yet, you can't do a thing to these guys, you can't stop them. They're just gonna steal the eye. And if they could have done that, why didn't they do that before? Nothing makes sense. Their whole existence in the story just detracts from it. Well, you know what they say. Sphere today, gone tomorrow.
You've done it. The college is safe again thanks to your work. I knew you had it in you. I dare say the Sigics are right. There's no one more deserving to be Archmage, in my opinion. Here, consider these yours, and the Archmage's quarters as well. I shall be here for advice, should you need.
He doesn't really give any kind of advice or anything like that. So we get the Archmage's robes, but not the good kind. And I'll take care of shopping and whatnot later. We just strip this guy. They'll leave his corpse just kind of lying there. Arcanium. Chalty's still pretty tired. He wants to check out his quarters, make sure they're free of traps, then maybe spend the night there. There they are. They're well furnished, lots of, useful items that you can take. Some good potions, many good alchemy ingredients. Potion, 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 potion. Illusion, destruction, I'll take that at least. I've got plenty of those, but whatever. Those are useful. You can, of course, just take these things before. I don't need money, so I won't really be selling most of these things either. One of Baron's Eye's gems over there. Not too well stocked with food, actually. Some new boots. My old boots were kind of ruined, but I'm about to get even better boots soon, so. Blah, 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 blah. One of Baron's Eye's gems, I'm not doing that quest to collect those, because it's boring. This safe is yours, and they'll have random treasure in it from time to time. I don't know how they fit a battle axe in there. Magic. So, the Archmage's boots are over here. Those are actually semi-useful. And here is another version of the Archmage's robes. Now, this version has no hood. The one that you're given has a hood. So comparing the two of them, the hooded version, it doesn't show the hood, but it has it, gives you 50 more magicka, but you can't wear it with Morokai. That's right. The two big rewards in the Mage's Guild questline, you can't even wear them together. That's kind of stupid. I will simply leave these ones lying here. Also, by the way, you can steal the good ones from here, and those boots too, when you come up here and the Sigic is there. So you don't even need to wait for the bad ones. But let me talk about what these things do. They've been my new main item that I wear for a long time. So basically, they cost reduce all schools of magic, whereas my current robes only reduce one school of magic. So they're really great if you get them early on in the game, save you a lot of magicka. They also give you, as you can see, solid regeneration rates. But later on in the game, they are outclassed by the super specialized expert or master robes of destruction, because you spend most of your magic on destruction. So, those are more worth it later on. Some soul gems, I don't really need those. Other odds and ends. Well, I'll just get some sleep and then I'll get on with things. Wake up at a more reasonable hour, perhaps. So, I've got a lot of power-ups between the Archmage's robes and Morokai especially. Worker loaf and this slice outer cheese because they're heavy. Some Nord mead and hunting brew mead to celebrate sounds appropriate. Alright, out I go. Down to the Arcanium, where there's probably some mages congregating. Who I can buy and sell things from. Because again, I've hit 40 in every single magic skill, which unlocks the adept level spells from these people and only from these people. I'm not going to bother equipping my selling things amulet.
Why are my research...
Restoration. This is fantastic for restoration. All kinds of great things unlock at this level. You can see these things already, give equal generation to the Archmage's robes and slightly more of their specialty. Let's see. And the hood is only equivalent to an adept. So the Archmage's thing is great if you get it early on, but does not level. So let me buy your book. So I forget which of these things I have. They're not that really useful. Best Ward, still useless. I think I have that from a tome that I found. This is fantastic. Area of Effect, Turn Undead. Really amazing. This is also great just to raise the level I can do that to. Let me sell you these expensive and heavy staves. I don't really want the Staff of Magnus. It's boring and not that useful. But I also just couldn't justify giving it away to some random member of my college that I'm trying to assert my dominance over. Don't need these now that have the Archmage ones. Take that. We'll be keeping those, of course. Yeah, I've been killing Thalmor. This magic. Keeping that, of course. And that. The hooded robes are a very different item. Function differently for some important little quests later on. Right, whatever. So nobody else is here, so they're probably in their own quarters. I'll head on over to those. Or in here, you never know. Nope. Okay, so they're probably over there in the ordinary teacher's quarters. Yep. Mysterious indeed. Would never find a thing out about it. Wasted opportunity. Like far too many in this game. So here are the professor's quarters, where I've rarely been in, because there's not much call to go to them until now. They're basically identical to the student quarters, which is again not that interesting. Conjuration.
Nasty business with that Ancano fellow. Pity that I was unable to assist, but I was otherwise occupied.
Yeah, they're all worthless.
So you wish to master the arcane arts?
So, new spell, I can get rid of other people's Daedra. It's not really cost effective, but it's useful to have. This is a fantastic spell for that kind of character, but I showed you where to get the guaranteed one spot in the game that has them. Do I have anything I can sell him? I do want to offload this, but can't just by just selling it, as I said. I'll sell these and put on the Archmage's boots. You can see they give good shock resistance. There's not an important element, but it does annoy mages, and I have nothing better to wear because I've had this bad luck finding any kind of useful items. Books. Don't want these guys to have that. You can have that at least. Take that off my hands. Keeping some of these for dwarf lore. Too many mysterious notes. And why don't you take all of those? Alright, now where are the other professors? I already have the illusions, I believe. He seems like he'll be a useful underling, unlike many of these guys. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got all of those already. Anybody up there? No. Well, 12th may be hanging out in the apprentices' hall. He's often kind of there. Always A good mentor to the kids. Oh, I didn't put on my Archmage's boots. Oops. Let me do that. Okay. There he is.
Good. I'm always available. So you wish to master the arcane arts?
So, this one I already have. It's obviously the standout at this level. Another one of these worthless flesh spells. I'll tell you how bad they are at some point in more detail. And that's just about everything. Telekinesis is pretty worthless. I'll demonstrate what it does. It has one important purpose, which is that it gives you massive amounts of experience. So, let me learn some of these spells and demonstrate a few of them. I'll learn telekinesis first. So, equip it. Let me get that skull. So I cast it, and it pulls it very slowly overhead. You can see it drain my entire bar in a couple of seconds. But it gives decent amounts of experience. There's an exploit you can do to raise your alteration from level 15 up to like 100 instantly. We basically grab an item, then fast travel, and it basically counts as moving the entire distance, even though you wouldn't have the magic to do that, and therefore gives you like infinite experience. Yeah, you can see it's increasing it pretty fast. But I won't be doing any more of that. That'll be silly experience grinding. Let me use another few of these tomes here. Let you breathe underwater, obvious enough. Stronger turn undead, so just the same thing. I'll demonstrate this in an undead dungeon at some point, but I'll show you the projectile from it for now, just so you know kind of what we're dealing with here. So again, you have to kind of charge it up once you have the magicka. And then you launch it, and it fires this little wave there that will turn multiple weak undead. Very useful stuff. Just a stronger level, animate dead, stronger reward, stronger heal other people, but again, not undead or your own Atronox. Already know that one, of course. Frost Atronox, will demonstrate that sometime soon-ish. This one, not as useful, but occasionally I may use that to get rid of somebody else's Daedra. Alright. Well, I've got another quest to take care of, so I'll go deal with that, I think. Because I started this quest on the last time I was at the College of Winterhold, but at the time there were crises going on, so I didn't want to go deal with that. So, down in the Midden once more, let me equip some of my more useful gear. Amulet of Talos, Archmage's boots sounds good. Nobody's down there, so I can wear Morokai again. Since there could be undead, I'd better equip Aura Whisper, I think. Doesn't look like it. Alright. So I need to get my way down to the Midden Dark. Now this place is kind of a maze, so I may need to check my map from time to time. You see there's multiple entrances. Go this way? Maybe. No, it looks like the wrong direction. Blood on that cot for unknown reasons. Maybe down here somewhere? There we are. Alright, so I'm going back to that glove that you've seen me at before, where I need to retrieve the rings from the Arcanium, and I did that before, so I can now advance to that quest. Because of course what we want to do when we look at this thing is we want to harvest the hanging moss. Now we want to interact with that and find out what in the world it is. There's I think like a spider or something like that hanging out under here sometimes, but not a real threat. I can't get back into the room with the auger. Which way is it? Is it this way or... No, that's the auger room. Okay. Then is it this way? Yes, I think I'm on the right track. There we are. Alright, so I gotta put the rings on it. The order matters. Just need to keep trying them until it works. Little finger, can I do it that way? No, maybe it's this one. Maybe it's from like index to... No? Alright, well I'll just try every ring until one works. There we go. It's not really a puzzle, just kind of a nuisance. Okay. Alright, so now the thing happens. We've been waiting to find out. Creepy shenanigans. Maybe I'll come back here and take some cover. And it summons a Dremora. And I have to just give him this boring, honest answer. I do kind of like Dromora voices, but...
So, you broke the binding spell, did you? Matters little.
Just an ordinary scimitar there. Pretty good sword, like equivalent to elven swords. That's a long way from here. It's kind of the ocean, or sea, I guess, between Somerset and part of the mainland. I'm beating the Dromora already instead. So it is better to take his bargain, but I'm not going to do it. Gives you like a map to a treasure chest with fairly ordinary treasure in it. I don't care a whit about money, but there's no way I'm unleashing a Dromora back upon hapless mortals.
Years back, I had to ferret away some booty nearby.
Pretty far from his normal haunts.
Off the coast. Good plunder. But we needed to travel light. We stashed what we couldn't carry. And I hid it with a trick I know. I can point you in the right direction. And we'll each go our separate ways.
You have to go through the whole conversation again to refuse, so... Let me... Blah, 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 blah. So he doesn't even do real damage. Not a real threat. He's getting torn apart by my Atronach. Oh! Another dead demon. Daedric Heart, that's useful. That's the only good thing about him. You should easily have better weapons than scimitars by the time you get here. I can raise him from the dead like anybody else. Don't know what kind of spell I need. Maybe... Wow, he's low level. I'll take off my mask. Lead him on down here. There's a quicker exit, basically. Might need to fight through some spiders, but other than that, yeah, spiders. If I make another summon, it'll undo all my undead, so... We fight each other now? No? Oh, you're pretty... Oh, I'm stuck. Pretty weak frostbite spiders. I do like Dramora's lines. They're pretty funny, but... Getting the experience I don't really want, but I'll take it for the humor value. Hearing all his yells. Yeah, I do enjoy Dromora. They're fun, but like, they're not really useful. Where's that way out? I know there's one around here somewhere. Skyrim. Oh yeah, so there is a way directly into the Midden Dark. We kind of have to already know where it is to find it. It's just kind of on like a random cliff part of the College of Winterhold. So just to save myself time, I'll fast travel back to the college and therefore not have to deal with those shenanigans. No, not to there. To Winterhold. There we are. So I've got pretty much what I need from here. Item count greatly reduced.
Ancano is exactly why we're so restrictive about access to the college. We'd all have perished if it weren't for you.
You didn't see it coming. Well, I'll just make my way to Windhelm and basically wipe my hands of the college for more or less forever. Again, I'm taking this route so I can fast travel it because I've walk back and forth many, many, many times. So in Windhelm, I'll do some basic shopping, and then do some important quests to move along with. A lot of people around here. That will be... Wow, a lot of people around here. That'll be important shortly. I want people to know I'm the Archmage, so...
Fancy robe. You a wizard or something?
Yeah, or something. Not gonna go bother finding the beggar right now.
Everyone, the finest
Got anything
weapons
useful
and
for me? Conjuring... no, you don't. Okay, well I can sell you that. Some of these odds and ends that are weighing me down a bit. I don't actually need that anymore, I don't think, so you can have it. It's unique, but it's not that good.
Whether it's armor you need or a new blade.
Where's that general goods merchant elf?
College of Mages is back to normal.
I don't know a bit of this and a bit of
Word
that.
got here fast, apparently. Anything goods? No. Okay, so in that case, I won't sell it. It doesn't make sense in character. Blah, 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 blah. Scrolls, briar hearts. I can sell these, and those, and those, and one of these Daedra hearts. That's a little too close to where that thing came from. Can't dispose of it. I would know that spell, of course.
Thank you for your custom.
So I can finally move the white file quest along a little bit. I can't actually, How did you even see me?
Come on, put the weapon away. You're making people nervous.
Alchemy is simple. This
So you can't actually advance this quest in any meaningful way until you've gone much further forward with the main quest.
But if it can't hold liquid, there's no way of knowing. How did you manage to damage it then? This is what I get for not retrieving.
As if you
myself.
could have. Freaking high elves.
Figures. I doubt you have sufficient knowledge to harm the
Freaking high elves.
Either way, this is the end of it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm not quite in the mood to entertain guests. I trust you can show yourself out. Here's for your trouble.
So it gives you like 5 gold because he's a jerk and lies down to go die. Well, fine. By taking my own reward. That'll do.
I want to thank you for your help. I know my master can be a bit short at times.
It'd be beneath Hjaldi's dignity to ask for money.
Here.
He doesn't need it.
You should have this.
I think you get it anyway.
Even though the file was damaged, I still think your efforts deserve reward. Now, if you'll pardon me, I'm going to tend to Norelian. I can make his final days a bit less painful.
He still functions as a basic alchemy merchant. Makes it easy to rob for them because he's not there to watch things. So, let me see what this crowd is about down here. Kick off that quite interesting quest. A murder.
Spare a coin for a poor old woman.
Hold it there. Keep your distance. Another girl killed.
So here we begin a genuinely somewhat interesting quest, with a pretty good reward.
Just a few nights ago.
You can't begin it until you've been to Windhelm several different occasions, so now I can finally kick it off. This is what everyone's been talking about. They talk about the butcher and so forth.
It's always the same. Young girl killed at night, body torn up.
Kind of a Jack the Ripper type thing.
We're stretched thin as it is with the war. Nobody has the time to spend on this. Not pleasant, but it's the truth.
Again, Ulfric is a complete failure.
If you want to help, ask some of these gawkers if they saw anything useful. I'm going to examine the body before the rats can get to it.
Alright, well that's where we'll wrap things up. Pretty fun liminal episode, I think. Took care of a few odds and ends. But next time we can investigate this murder. And then on with the main quest. Have a great day, everyone.